I'm Kevin Benedict, SAP Mentor and Mobility Analyst, reporting live from Sapphire Now 2011. I have the privilege of spending some time today with Dave Ploch, who's the Director of New Technologies.
That's it.
Great. Now, you're right in the midst of implementing an enterprise mobility strategy, aren't you?
Yes. Novus International is a fairly small company. We're about 800 employees, do global business, 92 countries around the world. We just went live with SAP back in October of this year, and it's driving much of our new development efforts. And CRM is going to be a key component, and CRM really is driving what we need to do around mobility. But before we could do anything in mobility, we started laying out what had to be done, what were the processes that we needed to deal with, and before we could ever do investment one, we knew we had to have a mobile device management mechanism in place to be able to secure those platforms and be able to at least realize we had some inkling of security around this whole thing, and because mobile is just a problematic in itself. But behind that, then an application development environment, how do we build that? Then how do we start making decisions? When do you do device independent HTML5 type applications versus taking true advantage of the platform itself, whether it's iOS or Android, and start building applications like that? And we don't have an answer for that yet,
Okay.
but what we feel is the HTML5, we know we can find resources that can do that. We know that that's not a big deal to do, that using HTML5 and jQuery, jQuery Mobile, and a number of those libraries, we can build some pretty cool applications that can deliver value and deliver them pretty darn quickly. Then if they're not good enough, or I guess once we realize that they were just good enough, then maybe we turn around and start building some real Xcode apps, some real Apple apps, or some real Android apps to deliver extra value.
So step number one, you got MDM and you selected which application?
For MDM, it was a Feria. We went with the Sybase, mainly because we are an SAP shop, and it was the right tool after doing an evaluation of several of the vendors.
Got it. And you're using HTML5 for the initial round of apps?
At least for the first round, so we can deliver quickly.
So that I guess you're using SUP 2.0.
Yes, we delayed the process so that we could get 2.0 rather than having to go through an upgrade.
And you're using the mobile software development kit that comes with that?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And one of the other things that I really would like to do is not have to deploy SUP within our own infrastructure, put it off into a private cloud someplace, and have somebody else deal with it.
And the first business processes your company prioritized were around CRM?
Exactly. We roll CRM out the end of the summer, and the two use cases that we're going to do within that environment are going to be the account fact sheet, the 360 view of the customer, and a couple of workflows, the first one being pricing exceptions.
Got it. Now, did you build this with internal IT developers or external?
Now, for these first pieces, we have brought in SAP consulting services to help us do that. In the longer run, because we're a small shop, I'm still going to use external resources, but we have a support partner in Fujitsu who does most of our SAP work, and they're also building up that platform and a organization around SUP, so we'll probably go with them going further.
Dave, thank you very much for sharing with the audience today.
My pleasure.